J. Cole is, without a doubt, one of the greatest rappers of all time. From his earlier projects such as The Come Up and The Warm Up to his more recent projects like The Off Season and Might Delete Later, his continuous hunger to become a better MC is what made him who he is today. Man, I remember listening to J. Cole for the first time when I was legit in 2016. His song Everybody Dies just came out alongside his album For Your Eyes Only, and I was like, damn, that boy was spitting. Ever since then, I've always been a supporter of him. He's been dropping nothing but classics, except for, you know. Fast forward to 2023, I started making beats with the intention to make tight beats for artists like J. Cole. And after months of perfecting my craft, dealing with burnout, overcoming beat blocks, and not even gonna lie, just flat out obsession, I finally grasped the sound I've been trying to achieve this entire time. And today, I will teach you how to make a J. Cole type beat. Step 1, tempo. We have to set the tempo. This is where it's up to you to decide. Because J. Cole has a crazy amount of catalog with different subgenres of rap underneath his belt, there's really not an accurate tempo to set. But for this video, I'ma set it to 90 beats per minute because personally, I love the songs where J. Cole spits fire bars on a boom bap type beat. Step 2, sample. We need to get a sample or melody. J. Cole is heavy on soul samples. His album 2014 Forest Hill Drive shows this in full effect. I decided to use one of the soul loops from this sample pack created by these guys called The Volt Sounds. Highly recommend to check these guys out. I pitched up the sample to just plus 100 cents. This is how it sounds. Sounds good. Now, let's go to step 3, which is the drums. From all of the tracks I've heard from J. Cole, they mostly consist of 3 different types of drums. Boom bap style, acoustic, and occasionally trap drums. Just like the tempo, the drums are completely up to you. In this video though, I want to make a J. Cole boom bap type beat. I ended up picking these sounds. Now, I would get into detail about sound selection, but that deserves a whole separate video. If you guys want to learn more about it, leave a comment down below and I will surely make a video about it in the near future. Hi-hats. I like to start off with hi-hats because this is mostly where the bounce stems from. When it comes to hi-hats, I follow 3 major rules when it comes to making a pattern. Number 1, I leave a lot of space. I don't do too much when it comes to the hi-hats because the more busier my hi-hats are, the less space the artist will have open to shine with their lyricism. If anything, I follow the KISS method. Keep it simple. Stupid. The track Punching the Clock from his album The Off Season is a great example of this. Number 2, I humanize them. Scoot the notes over a little bit. They don't have to be on grid. This is what most beginners struggle with. Take them off the grid, bro. I promise you, it'll make your drums a lot better. Number 3, I play with the velocity. Having hi-hats with the same velocity could work for some beats, but in my experience, I discovered that changing velocity for hi-hats could give such a realistic and humanized feel to my drums. Now, I made my pattern, took them off the grid, played with the velocity of the hi-hats. Let's hear how it sounds now. Snare. Every track I've heard from J. Cole, it was either a snare or a rim shot assisting the kick. I always put my snares on the 2 and the 4. Just like my hi-hats, I nudge my snares off the grid just a bit so it can give more of a human touch to it. Let's hear what we got now. After hearing both the hi-hats and snare together, I thought it would add a great touch if I include an open hat. So that's exactly what I did. Percussion. Next, I wanted to add some percussion to my drums to give it some more bounce. So I picked this sound. Oh my God. What the fuck? So I picked this sound that reminds me of early 2000 Timberland a little bit. I put them where I wanted to put them at, and of course, like I did with everything else on my drums, I nudged them. Let's take a listen to how it sounds now. Kick. For the kick, I didn't nudge it at all. I kept them on grid this time. I wanted a kick with a lot of character. That's why I chose this kick. Let's take a listen to how it sounds now. .808s. Using an 808 can give a more modern feel to your beat. I ended up choosing a Spins 808, and here's how it sounds. Basically, that's it. We're done with the drums. Now, we could head on to the next steps like arrangement, mixing, etc. However, I don't want this video to be long as shit. And I also don't want to leave out key things because of this either. Both arrangement and mixing are extremely important. But hey, don't get discouraged, bro. I will make videos in the near future about these steps, don't worry. After everything we've done, the drums, melody, and everything else, here's what we have at the end. Alright y'all, it's a wrap. Hope y'all enjoyed the vid and got some gems from it too. I had a blast putting this together, no doubt. If you rock with it, make sure you slap that like button. Go ahead, subscribe to the channel, don't play yourself. And hit that bell so you know when I drop another video. Stay up fam, catch y'all in the next one. Peace out.